our knees. And we're going to start to move through some cat-cows while seated. So closing the mouth, start to breathe through the nose. Take a big inhale, shoulders back, press the chest forward. Exhale, reverse that movement. Maybe even reach the hands forward, suck belly button in. Inhale back, shoulders back, chest forward, maybe neck high. Exhale. Gonna take about 3 or 4 more. If this starts to get too much on the ankles, you can feel free to swap the toes. And again, if it finally gets too much, for the last 2, you can come up nice and tall. Rounding, sucking spine in. Inhale, press hips forward. Maybe even reach the hands up. 2 more. Round shoulders forward, protract, internally rotate, and reverse that. Externally rotate, retract, depress the shoulders. And planting the hands down, we're in our tabletop position. We're going to try continue with that breath. So inhale, shoulders back, pulling the shoulders together, really pressing hips high. Exhale, suck belly button in. So it's a big lift and a powerful push. Continue with your breath. Inhaling, shoulders back, strengthening the back bend. Exhale, pressing, strengthening the front of the body. Come to stillness in your tabletop position. Turn biceps forward. Pull shoulders back into their sockets. Press down through the left hand. Don't let the feet move. Inhale, right arm up. Push into the left hand. Reach to the sky. Keep breathing here. Mouth closed, strong breath. And if you can, move beyond vertical. Keep opening. Exhale. Take right hand beneath right shoulder, maybe even slightly central. Inhale, left arm up. Push into the ground. Reach taller, spread the collarbones. And on an exhale, you can even go beyond vertical. Try to open through the chest. Remember, through all of this practice, when you tense one side of the body, it releases the other side. So you tense your bum, it relaxes hips. Bring the hand down on a breath out. You tense the spine, it relaxes chest. Curl the toes under. Press up and back. Find your first down dog. Ribs in. It can be real ugly like mine because we're pedaling the feet out. Exhale, one heel to the ground. Inhale to center. Exhale, drive the second heel to the ground. You can start to bring the hips into it, rolling towards one side to stretch through the IT band. Inhale, center. Exhale, drive to the second side. We're going to meet in our down dog, facing the front. Suck ribs in, push hard with the hands, start to relax the heels down. 3 breaths here. Think about curling the tailbone up so the hips point tall. 2 more breaths, getting longer, getting slower. 1 more breath. Inhale, slide forward to your high plank. Protract. We're already practicing that protraction. Exhale, down dog. Bum comes high, heels driving down. 2 more. Inhale, forwards. High plank. Really up onto the toes. Exhale, down dog. Final time. Inhale, forward. High plank. Push, push, push. Exhale, back, down dog. Walk the feet to the front of the mat. Baby steps. Eventually you're going to have to come up onto the fingertips, but try to drive the heel down every single time, stretching into the calf. Sucking belly in. Feet are between hands. Grab the opposing elbows, ragdoll. So everything is relaxed, back of the head relaxed. Grabbing onto opposite elbows, start to pull them to the side, like you're trying to pull your elbows apart. Head is relaxed, but we feel that engagement around the shoulder blades, the lats, the rotator cuffs. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Still pulling. And on your breath out, release hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine. Still pulling shoulders back. Exhale, forward fold, squeeze from the core. Once more, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Sweep the hands to the side and then to the sky. Mountain pose, breath in. Interlock the fingers, pistol grip. Bring the feet together. Start to squeeze the ears, reaching even taller. Every inhale, you lengthen the fingertips to the sky. Every exhale, you squeeze belly in, pull ribs in, like you're making yourself into the longest, thinnest pencil you can. Take a final breath in to grow. Exhale, bend from the hips, forward fold. Halfway lift, breath in. Exhale, step right foot back, then left foot back, high plank. Lower the knees down. Pivot the weight forward, still protracting. Our first chaturanga will take 3 breaths. So bend the elbows and tip forward. Squeeze elbows into the body. Start to build that strength already, that mind and muscle connection. 2 breaths. Still tipping forward over the front of your mat. 1 breath. We're down to the floor. Inhale, baby cobra. Lengthening spine. Never just going through the motions. Neck is long, pulling elbows back. Exhale, tap the nose to the floor. Inhale, baby cobra. Again, neck is long, so we're not looking to the sky. You're lengthening the back of the head, pulling elbows down towards the hips. And on your breath out, roll it back. Find downward facing dog. 2 breaths here, driving heels down, tensing quads, pressing hips high. 1 breath. Start to take those baby steps forward. Think about walking forward from your core. So up on the toes, pull belly in, then drive your heels down every step. We're protracting, pushing the ground away. And eventually, feet are between hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Retract those shoulders. Exhale, forward fold. Press into the ground, fingertips or whole hand. Halfway lift, breath in. Forward fold, breath out. So again, push down. As you push down, you lift your core. Inhale, reach the arms all the way to the sky. Mountain pose, interlock the fingers, feet together. This time start to push the hips forward. Squeeze your bum. And as we inhale, we squeeze the ears. So breath in, reaching taller. Breath out, pressing hips forward. Breath in, even taller. Breath out, pressing hips forward. If you've lost the breath, if you're shaking, don't go so far. Inhale to vertical. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, breath in. Step left foot back, then right foot back. High plank. This time, we're going to take those 3 breaths again to come down. If you want to lower your knees, please do. It's always about control. Bend at the elbows, coming down for 3. Tipping forward, elbows squeezing in for 2. Belly pulled in, bum squeezing for 1. To the mat. Uncurl toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Neck still long. Exhale, tap the nose down. Inhale, baby cobra. Now release the hands behind. Create 2 fists. Still pulling the hands down towards the hips. Feel shoulder blades retract. Lats engage, mid-back engage. Now lift the feet. We're in our locust pose. We're going to take the feet as far out as possible, as wide as possible. Feel the bum engage. Can it go out even wider? Can we lengthen the neck? 2 more breaths. Try to get the hands to touch behind. 1 more breath. Bring everything back down. If we're ready for our upward facing dog, place the hands beneath shoulders. Take it baby cobra, or extend the arms. We're taking our first big active back bend. Shoulders retracted, pulling back. Bum squeezed, look to the sky. And to roll it back through down dog. Lift. We're in our downward facing dog. We take 1 sun salutation at full speed. Feet together. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Step or jump to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, breath in, flat spine. Forward fold, breath out. Press into the ground. Mountain pose, reaches arms tall. Interlock fingers, just 1 breath to inhale up. Exhale, back bend, take hips forward, squeeze the ears. Inhale, tall, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, breath in. Go through your chaturanga, step, jump, float, drop the knees, whatever you feel. Inhale to your baby cobra, maybe to your full up dog. We're back, downward facing dog. Meeting our down dog, we start to truly engage the core. Suck your belly in, imagine you're vacuuming beneath the rib cage. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Now keep your down dog position. Don't change the upper body. Take the knee, the right knee, into the chest. Squeeze it in. Your knee is almost up towards your armpit. Now take the weight forward towards your high plank. Keeping that connection. Try to place the foot between the hands. Right leg pulling back. Left hip driving forward. The lower body is so strong, you can do whatever you want with your arms and your body wouldn't move. Press the hips low. Take 2 breaths here. Exhale, drives hips lower. Still trying to pull left hip forward. 1 breath here. Start to raise the arms to the sky, crescent lunge. Breath in. Exhale, interlock fingers behind the bum. Breath out. Inhale, punch those hands through the back wall. Exhale, try to drop lower into the hips. Inhale, raise higher and higher. Start to create that back bend. Exhaling lower. Final breath in. Final breath out. Inhale, crescent lunge, sweeping tall. Plant the hands and without just taking the weight back, push into your hands. Lengthen right leg, then slide it back. We're in our down dog. Inhale, forwards, high plank. Lower the knees or go through your chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra or full up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Keep that down dog position. Take the left knee up to the left ribs. Squeeze it in. Now take the weight forward. Feel even greater connection in the hip flexor and core. Place the foot between the hands. We've got about 3 breaths here. I'm up on my fingertips because my belly's in the way. So dropping the hips low, squeezing core in. Take 2 breaths. Inhale to reach the hands high. Breath in, crescent lunge. Breath out, interlocking fingers behind the bum. And again, lift those hands. Pinch back shoulder blades to spread collarbones. And keep raising them high. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deeper into the lunge. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deeper. Inhale, reach arms tall, crescent lunge, 1 breath. Place the hands down. Push into the hands, straighten the left leg. Try slide it back. Down dog. Inhale, forward side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, shoulders back, neck long and proud. Downward facing dog. Breath out. We come to the front of the mat. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or float. Forward fold. Halfway lift, breath in. Forward fold, breath out. Mountain pose, reaches arms tall. Exhale, bring the hands behind. Make two fists. Press them into each other. Start to pull the elbows backwards. Press the hips forward. So we're pushing those knees in, those knuckles into each other. Just pressing them back. Start to create a back bend, opening the chest. Push the hips forward. Lengthen the neck. Not drop it back. Lengthen up. Still pressing those fists together. And if your bum's poking out, press it forward. More of a back bend. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Return to vertical. Inhale, sweep arms tall. Take feet wider than hip distance. Exhale, sit back into your malasana, your squat. We're dropping everything low. Again, if the heels lift up, then you lift the bum. We take it to a point we can just maintain. If you are comfortable in your squat, we're going to take left hand to right ankle. Inhale to sweep right arm up, pulling on that ankle. Maybe try to touch the elbow to the floor. 2 breaths here. If the elbow doesn't touch the floor, don't worry, just use that strength. Create a rotation through the spine. Release, we're back into our squat. Right hand reaches left ankle. And pushing this elbow down. Inhale to sweep tall. Exhale, try to rotate beyond vertical. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Release that grip. Plant the hands behind. Fingers pointing backwards. Walk the toes forward if they need. Inhale, glute bridge. Or reverse tabletop. I can instantly see my left hip isn't working as much. So I'm going to squeeze my left glute more to lift tall. 2 more breaths. The elbows hurt, if the shoulders hurt, push more. If the neck is starting to strain, try find a relaxed position. Take a final inhale. Exhale, lower the bum to the ground. Give the hands a shake if they need. This time, I'm going to turn my hands forward. Everyone finds one variation more difficult than the other. You should always look to find what you think is more difficult and work through that. Inhale to lift. Breathe here, squeeze through the hips. Again, my left glute doesn't want to do anything, so I have to give it more attention. If your belly's poking up, try to pull it in. If you've got a little bit more space, tip the weight forward into the feet to create more shoulder extension. Taking your final breath. Exhale, lower hips to the ground. Cross the legs. We move through our chaturanga. Hop, skip, or step. Exhaling down. Up dog, breath in. Down dog, breath out. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Keep your down dog position. Take the knee into the chest. Squeeze it in. Pushing left heel down. Now take the weight forward. Keep protracting. Keep rounding. Try to take the right knee into the right armpit as high as you can. If it's dropping down, squeeze it even more. If it only reaches the wrist, do not worry. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Inhale, right leg comes high. Bend the knee, start to stack the hips. So now you're trying to get your right heel to touch your left glute. It keeps coming over till the right hand lifts. We take a wild thing. Heels pushing down. Both feet turn to face the back. Reach your arm up and then over. So every inhale pushes with the hips and the hand. Every exhale takes the hand towards the front of the room. We're going to reverse this movement slow as we can. Reach right arm up. Lift the right foot. We try to land it on the outside of the right hand, where the right hand would be. Both hands land inside of the right leg. We're in our lizard pose. Lower the back knees, uncurl the toes. We start to create even more of a back bend. In our wheel poses, or correcting our posture, the more we can tense the bum, the more we can lead to opening. Turning right foot out 45 degrees. Roll onto the outside of the left leg. Push the right inner thigh away. And from here, if you want, you can keep the right foot out. Squeeze left toe to the bum. Grab hold of the outside of the left foot with the right hand. And again, we're going to look to create an active opening. I'm kicking into the foot. I'm kicking my foot into the hand. Rolling right shoulder over. Working towards that back bend. Let your right shoulder open. Maybe even look back at the left foot. Releasing the foot. Planting the hand down. We take our first big strengthener. We're not going into the full Vinyasa. We turn elbows. I'm going to lift the back knee and I'm going to get my right leg up onto my right arm. Do not hook the left elbow. We have 5 breaths. So lifting right foot, bend the elbows, stay as low as you can, and from this point start to push the right leg down. Use the right leg pushing down to lift the body. 3 more breaths. For 2, keep pushing that right leg down. And 1, take it back. We're in our downward facing dog. So by pushing the right leg down, we're going to create lift. It engages inner thigh, which works into your transverse abdominis, your inner core, and it's going to help the arms push. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Keeping your down dog position, take the knee into the ribs, squeeze it in. And from here, bring the weight forward. Knee comes as high into the armpit as you can. Not to the outside, right to the back. This is going to engage more adductor. Take a final inhale. Kick the leg high to the sky. Bend the knee. Stack the hips. So the more you can open that leg over, you stretch through hip flexor, obliques. Finally left hand lifts. We turn it over. Wild thing. Push through your right hand. Reach to the sky. And on a breath out, reach to the front of the room. Inhale, push even more. Exhale, reach to the front. Take one final breath here. And let's try reverse that to step your left foot to where your left hand should be. Go slow through the side plank. Roll onto the front. Placing left foot down. Right hand comes down. Left hand comes down. We're in our lizard. Lefts and rights, the true devil. Turn your left foot out. You can press into the left thigh. And I'm rolling to the outside of the right foot. Very good, guys. So we're in this deep lizard stretch. Really rolling out. And from here, you can release that knee, squeeze the foot to the bum. And again, either just use the strength of the hamstring or grab the outside of the right foot with the left hand. Start to kick. The more you kick, the more your shoulder opens, the leg turns out, you're in a back bend. And this is so important with your breath. Feel a big, big inhale, opens the hip up, exhale, relaxes deeper. Final breath. Exhale, relax there. Plant your hands down beneath the shoulders. We're going to take that precursor and it's going to involve pushing down with the left inner thigh. Again, I know for me, this is a much weaker side, so I have to tell myself I'm not going to hook my right elbow. The more you can push down, you're going to create a lift and it's going to help the arms. Raise the back knee, tip the weight forward. Hook your left knee as high up the arm as you can. Raise the foot, bend at the elbows, and start to push down hard with the left leg. Really push for 3. Push even harder than you think you can for 2. It's going to lift the whole body for 1. Inhale, kick back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, we step or jump to the front. Halfway lift, breath in. Forward fold, breath out. That same ragdoll we took in the beginning. Grab hold of the opposing elbows. Relax down, but then pull the elbows away. Really pull the elbows away. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Release, hands down. Let's roll up the spine as slow as you can. Pull belly in. Belly button to spine. Shoulders are heavy. Finally, we come to standing. We're going to start to work some conditioning of the back. So grab a drink of water if you haven't yet. Going to bring the feet, feet are going to stay hip distance apart, and we're going to take repetitions of going as far back as we can. So imagine this is like any exercise you could do, but it's going to help open the shoulders but strengthen the back. I'll show the first one before you join me. Going to reach, interlocking fingers, turning points of the elbows forward. Reach up, and as you exhale, you're going to press hips forward. Take it towards that back bend. We take 1 breath here. Inhaling. Exhale to return. We're going to take 5 in total at your own pace. And again, the whole thing we want to avoid is butt sticking out. Press hips forward. Inhale, pistol grip, reaches up. Exhale, push the hips forward, reach back. Inhale to hold. Exhale to vertical. Inhale, reaching even taller than before. Exhale back, push the hips back, take your bend. Inhale to hold. Exhale to return. We'll take 2 more here. Always thinking points of the elbows tucked in. Elbows, arms, everything squeezed. If you can hear me clearly, then you should be squeezing the ears more. Even that little movement. When your hands are open here, then the lats aren't working. They need to be squeezed in. Return to your standing position. Shoulders roll back. Take a little twist if you need. That is intense in spinal extension but always do it with a glute engaged. Actually, it's better to have both glutes engaged. Inhale, sweep tall, just reach tall, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift breath in. Go through your chaturanga. Feel free to go super light and slow. Step the feet back, lower the knees. Take your tip forward. Baby cobra or full up dog. Find downward facing dog. We're going to take it back towards our Kundalini. This time the leg is going to squeeze downwards and maybe the foot lifts. Inhale, right leg to the sky. We have 5 breaths here. Exhale, knee to chest. Tip the weight forward. Keep protracting. Take the knee as far up the arm as you can. If you're happy here, be happy here. Maybe bend the elbows. We have 4 more breaths. Maybe tip the weight forward, press down with the right leg, and start to lift the left. 3 more breaths. Even if the foot drops down, you can lift it again. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Place the foot down. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Place it down. Take a tabletop. You can roll the shoulders again. When doing your conditioning, you want to create such a strong exercise that it's sometimes tough to do repetitions. So breathe here. Again, as we go on the left side, all of your attention goes to that inner thigh. The more you push your left inner thigh down, the more it's going to lift your body and help your arms. Guys, just working on the core, then all you're thinking about is keeping that leg attached to the arm, using inner thigh and hip flexor. Find down dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Knee squeezes in to the ribs. Tip the weight forward. As high up the arm as you can get. Maybe bend the elbows. Maybe take the weight forward. Push down through the left to lift the right. For 4. For 3. For 2. For 1. Kick the leg high on a breath in. Exhale, down dog. Lower the knees to the mat. That exercise can be done at any point as long as the body is warm. Curling your mat under to protect the knees. Sit up nice and tall. Squeezing the bum. The glutes so important. Taking the hands, we're going to do that movement, making those fists behind the back. So squeeze the fists behind. Push them back, pull the elbows back. Start to open every bit of connective tissue and muscle in the front of the chest. Press the hips forward, breathe here. Maybe extend the jaw, maybe squeeze the bum. We're only taking it back to the point that the chest has the deepest, most luxurious opening. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Return to vertical. Give the shoulders a shake. Awesome, awesome way to start to undo internal rotation of the shoulder. Wherever you can, but hands behind the back are squeezed and pressed. This time hands come to chest or extend forward. We're taking 5 repetitions into our active back bend. I'll show the first one. Bum is squeezed, hips pressing forward. Pushing down through the top of the feet. I lower as far as I can go. Return under control. That could be your whole range, or maybe you start to play. Hips always extended. Drop the head. And lifting. We go 5 in total at your own pace. And again, all you're looking for is squeezing the bum, pushing the feet down. Press feet into the mat, hips forward, lower down. When you're ready, push hard into the feet, lift up. I'm going to do this at a pace that assumes we're doing about 5, but really play with your edge, even if you only do 2, but you know you're working as hard as you can, and just never dropping everything through the lower back. Hard through the feet, under control. Oh. And as I said, remember to breathe. I'm going to go for about 60 more seconds. The reason we do this, what we're used to, the deep stretches, the lizard lunges, opening through the hip, that's stretches. But if we are weak through the quads, through the hips, then our body never creates a stable position. Because if we're super tight, we need strength to lock that back in. Same as happening through the hip flexors. If they're super tight and weak, they're going to go where they feel safe. We need to tell them to be strong here. Take final one, pushing through the feet. And return up. If you curled your mat up, uncurl. Take a moment to let the head rush clear. We go for our final bit of anterior strength for the Vinyasa. It'll be 5 breaths. And for this, again, you go wherever you can to maintain it. 5 breaths each side. Because as you get more tired, this is where the money's made. We can't just hit poses when we're 100%. So, finding down dog. Think about core, think about breath. Inhale, right leg to the sky. This time, take the knee as far out to the side as possible. Lift the bum, squeeze the hip. Then get it out to the outside of the right. Bend the arms, go wherever you want. But think about that inner thigh pushing down to lift the left. 4 more breaths. Ooh. For 3. For 2. And for 1. Placing foot down. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Lower the foot. Take a moment in down dog, maybe child's pose. 2 breaths. 1 breath. Curl the toes under. Find downward facing dog. Last time, inhale, left leg to the sky. Bend the knee, take it out to the side, to the left. Use that glute. Slide the weight forward. Get it as high up the arm as you can. Bend those arms. Push down through the left to find your flying lizard. 3. For 2. And for 1. Foot lands. Sweeping tall. Exhale, down dog. We're going to jump between the legs. Maybe step between. Land, cross-legged. Plant the feet down. Oh, checking my heart rate. Who says yoga's easy? Plant the hands behind. Big bend in the elbows. Roll shoulders back. So big, big bend. Inhale, make the chest super proud. Exhale, walk the bum forward. Inhale, make the chest even prouder. Exhale, walk the bum forward. So make sure you've got a big bend in the elbows. It's so easy to lock them out, hurt the elbow joint. We want that big bend. I'm even going to bend more to drop back. And this should show up as a big, big stretch on the front of the shoulders. Maybe look to the right, maybe look to the left. Taking the hands out, give them a shake. Extend right leg out. Take the sole of the left foot into the thigh. Before we go for our final expressions of our back bend, we need to open through the upper body. So right hand drops to the inside of the right thigh, maybe on top. Left arm reaches up. And as you exhale, reach behind you. Really look for an opening through the rib cage and the lats. Then maybe, once you're open and your chest is shining into the sky, you can start to reach that upper arm towards the extended foot. If your left knee is lifting, keep pressing it down. We can reach for the foot, but if the stretch disappears, like I know I benefit far more here than simply reaching for the foot. So find that point that your side body is at its biggest, deepest stretch. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Return through vertical. Allow the body to adjust. Switch to the opposite side. Left leg extends. Take the left arm down, maybe on top of the foot, on top of the shin, reach right arm up. And then on a breath out, reach backwards. Open the front of your body to the sky. Press the foot down to the floor. Press the right knee down, and then finally, if you want, you can reach that upper arm towards the foot. Quadratus lumbarum, obliques, every muscle along the spine. Link it down to glutes, IT band. If you want to grab the foot, please grab the foot, but only go what feels like the deepest stretch. Final 1 breath. Slowly bring it up. We have a few options for our wheel today, dependent on level that you're feeling. If you want to drop down, we have 3 back bends in total. 2 back bends in total. You can plant the hands, lift straight up into your wheel. Or if you are not quite there yet, find a wall, face away from the wall. Reach your right arm back. So my fingers point backwards, they plant on the wall, and I'm now going to turn them to face slightly downwards. So the whole front of my upper body is open. Push the hips forward. Pushing the hips forward, instantly opening through the chest. This might be enough. Stay here. Breathe here. Or you can look up, reach left arm high. And as I keep pushing my hips forward, opens the chest, and then tap the wall. If you're in your wheel, you can come down now, lower the hand, shake. Going to move to the left side. So if you suffer from tightness through the chest, through the shoulders, this cannot be done too much. Left hand reaches back, fingers pointing down, push into the wall, press the hips forward. Already the opening is huge through my chest. Inhale, right arm up. Maybe tap. Maybe you think about both hands and you come out the other way. That movement that I was just doing against the wall, anyone who finds issues, if you're super open in your hips, but the issue is through the chest, so Sonia, something definitely for you. I know we've done it before, up against the wall. The more you practice that, the more you practice the back bends, the better and better, the more conditioned you get. So everyone coming out of their back bends, we're going to find our way to a comfortable seated position. As soon as this class finishes, feel free to take your Shavasana. 1 minute, 5 minutes, till Monday, whatever you need. Shut the eyes, and again, whatever your level is, whatever your experience, just take your mind back through your practice and what showed up. Weakness, imbalance, inflexibility. Those are the 3 opportunities we have. They're not negatives, they're opportunities. Strength, surprise, something felt awesome. Those are the bits why we do this practice, to improve our quality of life, physically, mentally, and that leads on to everything else. So whether you found a positive or an opportunity, remember that, work towards that. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me every single time, guys. It makes isolation bearable. Raise knuckles to forehead center, and namaste.